In this video, we're going to recap on how we move an actor in Pygame 0. So here you go. I'll play it first just so that we know what we're looking at code-wise. And there you can see an actor appears and it moves across the screen. Now, if you notice, the actor actually starts sort of here off screen and then moves across the screen until it gets fully off the screen, and then it sort of goes back here. So it's the same actor until it gets off, and then it jumps back here and it moves back, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's have a look at the code. So again, in lines 1 and 2, I'm just setting the width and the height of the window. Lines 4, I'm creating an actor object. I'm specifying alien as the image to use for this actor object. Line 8 is a little bit different than previously. So all actor objects have a variable called top right. And top right being the top right hand corner of the actor. And if you set this to a tuple, an X and a Y position, Pygame 0 will use the top right hand corner as the anchor position of the actor. So rather than the actor's center point being used as the anchor position, it's the top right that will be used as the anchor position. So let me just explain that a little bit. I'm just going to comment this out just for 1 second. I'll comment back in again. Let me just play this again. And you can't see the actor because the actor is actually here, placed here, and the top right is here, and it's at X position 0, so it's right there on the margin, and it's Y 10, so it's down there. So if I was just to maybe change it to 5, so its X position is 5 and its Y is 10, you should see it's, look, there you go, you see it's starting to nudge in. So this is it, this is the top right hand corner of the actor, and its X position is 5 and its Y is 10. So when you use pause, so I'll change this back to pause. When you use pause and you play it, pause becomes the middle point. So that's the middle of the actor is positioned at X5 and Y10. But when you use top right, then the top right hand corner of the actor becomes the middle point of the actor. And that's another thing I should mention to you, that even though we only see the outline on the screen, the actual image is square. So it's this point here, it's that square top right is this point here. It's not like the top of the sort of the mask that's over my alien. It's actually this point here, this part of the image. So I'm setting and I'm going to change it back to 0. So I'm setting the top right hand corner of my alien to 0, 10. So it's actually off screen. It's down a little bit, but off screen. I then, our Pygame 0 then calls the draw function. We clear the screen, we set the color, and we draw the alien. Of course, we can't see it because it's positioned off screen. And then Pygame 0 is going to continuously call update. It'll call it every frame, so roughly 60 times a second. And every time it calls it, we are going to modify a variable on the alien object called left. And that's the left hand side of the alien. So I'm sort of, it's like as if I take the left hand side of the alien, and I'll just open up this. This is the right hand side of my alien. This is the left hand side of my alien, and I just add 2 to the left. So I just sort of move it over 2. So every time I call update, I add this plus equals is the same as going alien left equals alien dot left plus 2. So I'm adding 2 pixels onto the left hand side of the alien. So I'm just pushing it over by 2 pixels every time update gets called. And the shorthand for that is just going plus equals. So every time update gets called, and remember that's like 60 times a second, so it's a lot, I'm adding 2 pixels. So the alien should be pushed across the screen 2 pixels every 60th of a second. And then at the end of the update function, I have an if statement, and I'm saying if the alien.left, so if the left side of the alien is now greater than the width of the screen, In other words, if it has actually moved off the screen. So if it's greater than the width of the screen, well then I set the right hand side of the alien to be 0. So I take the right hand side of the alien and I put it equal to 0, which means it's putting it right. Remember that the 0 is the top left hand corner of the screen, so I'm pushing it right over to the left hand side of the screen. So essentially the alien is pushed off the screen at the other side. So here you go, let's run this. This is me adding 2 to it all the time. It gets pushed off and then I make the right 0, which brings it back over here, and then we start adding 2 to it again, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, push, make it 0, and there you go. It gives the illusion that I shouldn't say illusion. What it's doing is actually making my actor move across the screen by changing its position, and that's how you make your actor move.